Hello everyone and welcome back to part 24 of Danganronpa. This is actually a historic stream, believe it or not. Can you guys believe it? Your grandkids are going to be asking, where were you when the Milky Finishers did their longest LP ever? And you're like, I don't know, it was wiping Cheetos dust off my fucking chest or some shit. I don't know what you guys do. Because this being part 24 of our playthrough officially makes it the longest playthrough we've ever done. The second longest playthrough we ever did was Danganronpa 1, and we were able to play that entire game in only 23 parts. 23 streams, and we beat the whole game. Now we're 24 streams in, and we're only on case 4. What an absolute nightmare. Before that, our longest playthrough was Chaos Edition, which was 19 streams. Now, technically, Chaos Edition is still our longest, because even if it was only 19 parts, the entire playthrough was 66 hours, where I think we're at like just under 50 hours right now. So in terms of like watchable length, this isn't the longest yet, but I'm pretty sure that by the end of this playthrough, it will be the longest in length time and parts. So, congrats. Welcome to part 24, and big shout outs to those of you guys sticking with us from the beginning. I love you, and let's see who killed Nekomaru Nidai. Oh, I can already tell I won't be pleased by this. And let me say it right away. I'm already used to the... Oh, Monomi's saying, I'm already used to the insults and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word. Monomi is a serious stupidly. What? Was that a racist term I just said? That's much more straightforward than I expected. Stupidly, huh? Tisk, tisk, tisk. That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporating all three of those would be... Ta-da, stupidly. That sounds so stupid. I'd rather just call someone stupid, fat, and ugly than combine it into some nonsense word. Ha-ha-ha. There's a fat hidden in there. Monomi's just as fat as Monokuma. Don't body shame her. That gave me cancer hearing him say that. Here comes the best song. Ready? She's a little thicker. Thick. Monomi thick. Think about that, chat. Monomi thick. This is the best fucking song in the game. Where's Sans? There we go. I know, dude, I hate summer. It's too hot, bro. Hello, I hope your day's well.
I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up.
Bro, tell me that Monomi's not relatable. Tell me that Monomi is not relatable. I can relate to this shit. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. That just summarized Zach Lully at every stream. That summarized every stream I ever do, bro. I gotta take this off, man. It is way too hot for this Kalmaida jacket. Now I look like Nagito in the beginning where he's like, messing with your head, boy. I like messing in your bed.
My heart's thumping like crazy.
It's okay, Monomi. Come here. You are welcome. I'll gift you a sub.
I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with my energy. Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Can we get a yeehaw for Monomi?
Ah, but be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
Listen to Monomi. She's just spitting facts, bro. They hated her because she spoke the truth. Uh-oh. All right, now we're back in serious mode.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon.
Dang, dude. So we found out that the ultimate weapon is the funhouse itself.
Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
What? Chiaki got over that real quick. It's like, I can't believe that the funhouse is a weapon. Ah, well, who gives a shit? Let's keep going. Chiaki, you little sweetheart. How much money for your feet pics? There is no price too high for my gamer Chiaki.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily? I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
That is the question. While, yes, it is pretty crazy that the building is the ultimate weapon, at the end of the day, we're not trying to solve that. We are trying to solve out which one of these pieces of shit killed Nekomaru and how. We need to figure out how the killer was able to do it and who the killer is. That is what is most important right now.
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment.
There he is! Those of you guys who are like, what's Zach Elliott dressed like? Nagito Komaeda. There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either. That is a huge revelation, though, chat. Think about this. Remember Nagito, the guy who's like, I don't care if I die. I'm okay with being dead. I don't give a shit. Now he's suddenly saying, he's like, I don't want to die either. What brought about this sudden change of heart?
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
Fuyuhiko on point. He knows what he speaks what I think.
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but
There was a time when I thought I could become stepping stones for your hopes, but...
I will sincerely retract that remark.
No shit! So Nagito says, from this point on, he's like, from this point on, I am no longer willing to sacrifice myself for you guys. Dang, dude. So he says, oh yeah, I go back on that. Remember how he said, I just want to be a stepping stone for hope for you guys? He said, yeah, fuck that. I will no longer be a stepping stone for your guys' hope.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
How is this not a murder for the sake of hope? What is so weird about this murder that it wasn't a killing for the sake of hope?
You say such falsehoods per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder.
One more time for the people in the back, Gundam.
Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
My boy Gundam spitting straight facts. He look how crazy this guy is. He's a demon from hell, he says, and even he's like, even I would not stoop to such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Yeah, you don't look hungry at all to me.
Akane, you were drooling waterfalls?
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
Okay. That Chiaki, thank you, girl. She says, if we now know the actual structure of the funhouse, why don't we think about how they could have used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
How did the killer... First off, we have to find out how the killer killed Nekomaru. After that, we can find out who the killer is, maybe. But this is the order. First off, we have to find out how exactly did he die.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Absolutely, Chiaki. If Chiaki was a streamer, would you guys even watch me anymore? Could I even compare? He was horribly damaged as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. I would love to collab with Chiaki, dude. You're right. What was Nekomaru's cause of death that utilized the building structure? Was he crushed by the elevator? Was he beaten with a blunt object? We know that that's true already. Falling or dead battery? What do you guys think? At first I would say crushed by an elevator, but why is that wrong? His entire body would be crushed. Why would there be blood on things above? We know he wasn't beaten with an object, we just clarified that, which means, did the killer kill Nekomaru by making him fall?
I see. That's it. I think he might died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected.
Is the game audio good, by the way, guys?
The killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
True.
That I don't
Cool.
know.
Thank you, guys. Oh, I have PTSD from last night because you guys had me streaming for over an hour before I realized that there was zero game audio being broadcast. I was pissed. I was so pissed.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method.
Bro, we were just talking.
Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
He does bring up a good point.
It might be possible in the tower.
Well, no shit, Akane. You're not going to push him from the fucking final dead room. He's going to go through multiple walls.
You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
True. It was a good stream, though. It was still a good stream. It was like a thirst stream, though. Ada, we were playing as Ada for a while, so I was simping pretty hard last night's stream. It's on the VOD if you guys care.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
Holy shit, dude, we should burn in hell for just fucking theorizing?
But my gut is going crazy right now.
Well, unfortunately, we can't convict somebody because of your gut, Akane. If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. Oh boy, here we go. Oh shit.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mekamaru inside the elevator,
Mekamaru!
they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As
Huh.
long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open.
That's
It
true.
wouldn't have moved either.
There's sensors in the room, which means if there's somebody in the room moving, that the elevator will not move. A difference in elevation is required to make the victim die from falling. In order to create that difference, according to Chiaki, Nekomaru was locked inside the tower and moved from the 4th floor to the 1st floor. That wouldn't have worked on any of us, but in Nekomaru's case would have been possible. Why is that, Chet? Why is that something that would have not worked for anybody else besides Nekomaru? Because, just like our truth bullet says, Nekomaru has the good night
The
button.
door on the 4th floor.
Which means if somebody were to theoretically hit his good night button, he would have turned off, therefore being still, and the sensors would not have detected him if there was no movement.
They moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st
So when
floor
Kazuichi
and
brings
made
it up,
use of
we
the
have to
drop.
refute that.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
But there wasn't a moving object, it was a stationary object.
That sensor should only work if something is moving.
You tell him, Hajime.
Nekomaru wasn't moving inside. The elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
Yeah, you got it.
Good night button is pressed.
His good night button, dude.
And he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
Correcto.
I see. So that's how...
Still, though, how the hell would the killer be able to be so cunning that they sneak up behind Mekamaru and turn off his button? That's still tough. That's a tough thing to do.
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it.
That is true. Chet, how do you answer that? Even if Nekomaru, let's say the button was pressed and he was laying unconscious on the ground, if you move the elevator downward, he's just gonna move with the elevator. So what the hell? But what do we know? What did we pick up during the investigation? What was tied around his arms and his legs? A metal wire.
There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from.
Yes. There had to be a reason why there was a wire tied around his torso and legs.
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Ooh! Jackie's like, that's what I was gonna say, but then Kazuichi interrupted. Kazuichi, you're getting a bunch of L's. Kazuichi be taking L after L after L this fucking trial. L's from Sonya, L's from Gundam, L's from Hajime, L's from Chiaki. This man on suicide watch, bro. Oh, he just took another L. That's his crush, bro. His crush just said, silence, pest. His crush said, shut up, dumbass.
Now you're calling me a pest?
Oh, no. No problem, Judy. Thank you so much for the bits. You have no idea how much that helps. So much, dude. Enjoy that emote. It's the very least you deserve. A way to create a drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still inside. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? Oh, shit. Let's go. Banging lights. We already know the answer. We got the wire right here. We know the answer. We know the answer. We already know.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
No, it's not, Sonya, dumbass.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
No, not the pillar. What's
With oil on the floor.
not the oil? What is it?
Doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Fuyuhiko.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. Dude, Fuyuhiko be genius level. We didn't address why the doorknob is off.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it?
And scrape marks on it, bro. So why, chat, would the doorknob have been unhinged and have scrape marks on it? It's almost as if somebody tied Nekomaru with the wire, and where would they have tied the other end to? The doorknob of the grape house. That way, when they lower the elevator go down, Nekomaru's body gets suspended by a wire. All the killer has to do is find a way to get him to drop down and crushed 3-story fall on his head, causing him to die. Therefore, also planting the hammer next to him as false evidence.
That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Yes!
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
Indeed it was, Fuyuhiko. Coincidence? No.
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop.
Yeah.
If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob,
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
Exactly. He would have, if he was tied up, and think about this, chat. Let's say that you tied your ankle, or your both of your ankles to a rope and tied it to your ceiling fan. Then suddenly your floor sinks a mile downwards. What's going to happen? You're going to be suspended upside down, and the floor will get lower and lower. Therefore, creating a way to make somebody fall without ever having to move their vertical fucking height off the ground. You have to move the floor beneath them. And since we know that the floor is an elevator, very easy to pull off.
That's right. He was suspended in midair. Huh? The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
Damn, that's fucked. Look at that. Dude, that was our bro. That was Mekamaru. He came back to us. And some absolute jackass put him into sleep mode. He didn't know what the fuck was going on. And while he slept, little did he know that these were his final moments. He would never wake up again. Some undisclosed killer dropped him from this height, ending his life. wouldn't the handle budge? I don't think that those handles didn't turn. We found out in the last part that those doors were not actually even real. They're just fake doors that didn't actually open, which means that they didn't turn. They're just steel. Because at the beginning they tried to escape, but no matter how much pressure they pulled, the door handle would not go down, so they thought it was locked. So yeah, I mean, it's locked. The handles didn't turn. They couldn't escape.
That's right. He was so well hung. Kinda like.
Monokuma just said that Nekomaru was well hung. Think about that, chat.
You better not finish that sentence.
Monomi's like, hey, this game is rated... is it rated M? It is rated M. Well, never mind. He can say whatever he wants.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature, only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
What? Kazuichi's a... No! Oh, Kazuichi the simp coming out of hiding.
So what if they created a drop?
Boy, you do not want to argue with Hajime. Hajime is fucking too... He's too cunning. You want to take another L? Alright, step. Come on, step up. Step up, boy. We about to deliver you another L. Like fucking Amazon Prime shit. On time.
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall?
He do bring up a good point, though. Hold up. Chet, help me. If you have somebody tied up upside down and you need them to fall to their death, how do you get them to fall? Because you can't just say, go on the other side of the door and break the door handle, because we found out that that's not a real door. So, would the killer have to climb all the way up the wall, then push the thing off, and then crawl back down? That doesn't make any sense. Were they Spider-Man? How do you get someone asleep, unconscious, hanging upside down, to fall at a moment when you need them to fall? He brings up a good point, which we have to now refute.
Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
That is kind of true, dude. You talking about the ice bats from Zelda, the keys? Man, fuck those things. All right, here we go.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire,
Oh god, I'm not slicing, dude. I forgot to slice.
power to push him, there's no way they could do that.
I agree with what Kazuichi is wondering. It seems certain that a difference in elevation inside the tower was used to kill Nekomaru. I need to find the answer and counter Kazuichi's remarks.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him up. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off.
True.
It's possible that he fell on his own.
He fell on his own, but how?
Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way. Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside is just impossible. End of story.
Hold on. Thanks to Kazuichi, I think I figured out how the killer was able to drop Nekomaru. Did you guys figure it out, chat? Did you guys figure it out? How did the killer make Nekomaru fall on his own? Does it have something to do with...
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
But he had the alarm clock. So if somebody programmed the alarm clock to go off at a specific time, that would wake him up.
Suspended upside down in midair.
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode.
Yep. It would have woken him up.
Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
Damn.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right?
I mean, Chiaki brings up a good point. She's like, well, what if that happened to you? What if you just randomly woke up and you were upside down hanging? Like, what? You would freak out, at least for a few seconds. And those few seconds of you freaking out is just enough to make you slip and fall. Make the wire slip off the doorknob or break off the doorknob and fall to your death. In those few seconds that you're discombobulated.
Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekamaru probably did exactly that.
Poor dude.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob.
Yeah, look at the scrape marks were on the tip of the doorknob.
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
Damn, dude. He was freaking out so much he ripped the whole doorknob off, which I don't even know is something that a killer could have even predicted.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Yeah.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
I can't imagine that the killer would have been able to predict that he would break the doorknob off. There's no way.
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence,
Ah, that's
they
true.
would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The fact that it was there as evidence probably means that the killer didn't anticipate that, because that would kind of point to how they were killed. So we can kind of use that information to assume that the killer had no idea that Nekomaru would break the doorknob off. The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I shall use my full power! With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put... Oh, shit. I didn't even remember this. No, the reason why the doorknob came off is because when he tried to... Remember, Chet, when him and Hajime tried to open the door and they realized that it was a fake door and that it wouldn't open or whatever? Like, he kept going so hard and a couple screws busted out, and Hajime's like, whoa, 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 you're gonna break the doorknob, and if the doorknob breaks, we'll have no chance of getting out of here. He's like, you're right. That's because he loosened it when trying to break free. Dang, dude. So, in a sense, he almost kind of caused his own death. I know not really, because he's still not the one that knocked himself out, tied himself up and shit. But maybe he wouldn't have died if he didn't break the doorknob off. Yeah. He went plus ultra on the door and almost popped all the screws in there. If that's really what it was, then that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Yes, sir.
You finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
Dang, Kazuichi! Holy shit, that actually makes me a little bit sad. Dang, he really thought he was helping, and he has not taken a single win this whole fucking trial. From being the only one to blame Hajime, to saying all this shit, and getting dumped by his crush, getting roasted over and over and over again. He's like, I'm just a fucking pig, dude. Garbage. Sounds like Nagito.
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
Whoa, plot twist. He's into this? Dude, if I didn't, just as if I needed any more reasons to dislike Kazuichi. Now he's a masochist too?
No, I believe you gave your all.
Dang, she won't even give him the satisfaction. She won't even give him the satisfaction. She's like, oh, you're a masochist? You like being insulted? Well, then I'll compliment you.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
No matter what, Kazuichi can never get what he wants. No matter what.
This guy, he gets off on this.
Fuyuhiko.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down.
Yes, sir.
That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
It doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment that Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing I could think of that happened was cola came out of his eyes, he ran out of battery, the wire got loose, or he collided with the pillar. This one's easy. We know it has to be he collided with the pillar. Why is that? Because there was a big fucking blood stain on the top of the pillar. And remember, we couldn't figure out why the blood stain was on top of the pillar? Because they were like, well, did somebody push the pillar? No. Did somebody pick up the pillar and hit him? No, that's impossible. So now we realize why there was a blood stain on top of the pillar. Because if you had Nekomaru hanging upside down and you dropped him, he would fall and his head would smack the pillar.
I see. When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar.
Yes.
Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
Akane's been waiting for the pillar this whole time. He's like, yeah, the pillar. I wanted to talk about the pillar. So yeah, while he was hanging upside down, they dropped him. He smacked his skull on the top of the pillar, then fell down. That's why when they found his dead body, they were like, why is there no debris from the pillar on top of his body? Why is all of the debris from the pillar under him? They couldn't figure that shit out. They saw his dead body and they saw the broken pillar on the ground, and they're like, because everybody just assumed that somebody pushed it on top of him, that he was standing there and then he got the pillar pushed on top. But they're like, if that's really how he died, wouldn't there be pebbles and debris on top of his body? Why was it that all of the debris was underneath him? But now that we know how he really was killed, the fact that all the debris being beneath him now makes sense.
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
Now we figured that out.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Shut up, Akane. Lucky guess.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if
I mean,
it was just a coincidence.
Nagito brings up a good point. He's like, we don't know that the killer planned for it. Either way, he's probably gonna die anyways.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
That is true. Isn't that fucked up? We've been at this murder trial for fucking God knows how long, and we're like, okay, well, we finally figured out how the funhouse was set up, and we finally figured out like how he was killed, but do we have even any fucking clue? Do we have even any fucking clue? Who?
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Shut the fuck up, Akane. Any idea how long I'm gonna be streaming tonight? Probably 2 hours, 2 more hours, I'm guessing. However long it takes us to beat this trial. And if we finish early, I'll be streaming some Paper Mario. If it takes us the full 2 hours or however long it takes, then we'll just play this. And welcome to stream. All right, here we go. Back to the gameplay.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
Stop calling me baby gangsta.
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
Hold up. Why is Akane getting freaked out by this?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible.
What do you mean that's impossible?
Because even though I slept in a little, we still got to the tower at 7 in the morning. Now that you mention it, so did I.
Chat. Question. If the alarm clock for Nekomaru was set for him to wake up at 7:30 a.m., how the fuck did Akane and Sonya get to the tower at 7 a.m.? Someone time traveling? So if he was supposed to wake up at 7:30 a.m., they got there at 7 a.m., he shouldn't have died until 30 minutes later.
There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
But Harper, Nagito already tried to cover these tracks. He told Fuyuhiko to check the clocks in both Strawberry House and Grape House to make sure that they were not tampered with. So we either have two possibilities. Either Nekomaru's clock is wrong, or B, somehow the killer was able to manipulate both the clocks in Strawberry House and Grape House.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there,
people to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7.
That's what I want to know.
Remember something else that Monokuma said during the investigation. He said, I should have punished you guys. He's like, I should have punished you guys for being late to Monokuma Taichi. But I never would have guessed that everyone would ditch. Why did he say that? If they all got there on time, why did Monokuma say, I can't believe that everyone ditched Monokuma Taichi? Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue breaking through this contradiction. Oh, shit. Banger music back on. Let's go.
We're headed for Great Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm.
Nekomaru died because of the alarm, right?
Death from the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
Killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it.
Akane just said something. She said they must have messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest, which is what we said. We said there was two options. Either somebody messed up the clock that he had, or they messed up the other clocks. Why do we know that Nekomaru's clock couldn't have been changed? Because we found out, and he told us, he has a radio clock. It sends out radio signals, and it auto-updates the actual time, regardless of time changes, anything. His clock cannot be tampered with. So we know that his clock has to be the same because it was a radio clock. It's wrong to shift the debate towards that side. I should point out what's wrong with that first.
We headed for Great Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
Absolutely.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
Killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside.
If Akane ever says something, it's probably wrong. Yeah, it's wrong, Akane, dumbass! What you on about? Alright.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
Impossible.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Nope, we found that out, our own way.
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
We did.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks. And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
How the hell was the killer able to go and tamper with every clock between the two houses, despite them both being, like, locked apart?
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Gundam simping. He's like, you must be wrong. And she's like, I am so sorry. And he's like, oh, Sonia's like, I did not mean that. I did not mean that, Queen.
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
And then on the other hand, we have Akane who's like, I'm always right. I'm going to crush you into dog food. This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Saying that one is not lying indicates a lie, right? Yes. Perhaps we overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. I think we already figured this out, chat, by talking together. What is the misunderstanding that they're not getting? That all that we need to bring up is that both of the clocks were tampered with, which means that which would make sense because they're not lying. They looked at the clocks and it said 7 a.m. But just because that's what they saw and that's true, doesn't mean that they were lying. It just means that the clocks were messed up. Here we go. Oh shit, logic dive. Let's go. Logic dive. I need some water for this one. I do like logic dive. Yo. Come on, Hajime, you got this, bro. Dun, 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 dun. Bro, Hajime be shredding. Question 1. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? Fuck no, I did the wrong thing. I couldn't read. This is so fast, dude. The time in the building. What did they misunderstand? What time it actually was in the building? Dude, by the time you read and then your fucking brain has to work, it's like so quick. It is so fast. I don't know, dude. It's like, holy shit. Oh my gosh. Gotta focus. Can't look at chat for this one. Oh, no, Hajime, dumbass. Give me the next question. Give me the next question, please. 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 All right, here we go. What clock was the one that was tampered with? The building's clocks. We know that. I had to hit the brake on that one. I forgot that you can hit the brake button. Helps a lot. Whoop, whoop. Let's go, dude. Oh shit, it was the guy looked at the chat for a second and Hajime got his ass whooped. Dude, he's smashing into the world, dude. It was his fucking jackass. Alright. Zoom! Which house had the wrong time? Both houses. Because Fuyuhiko checked both clocks. So, we figured it out, Chad. We knew all this. We're one step ahead of Hajime. It's all coming together. Good shit, good shit.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Is that right, Fuyuhiko? Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time. But what if all those clocks had been messed with?
Yeah, then it wouldn't matter if they all at the same time, if all of them were manipulated.
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it. I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks. So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. Importantly, how much was the time off?
That's really important. That's true. How much of a difference was the time off? How much... Like, what was the difference between the actual time and the time that the clock said? If there's something that could be used as a standard for measuring time, then that would be the clue. I need to find that. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. Shit. Oh, man. Okay. What? How do we know what the real time was?
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio call.
That's true.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m. The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Yeah, what time would 7:38? It's like when you guys are like, it's like every time I talk about a stream and you guys are like, Zach, what's that in my time zone? It's like, oh, we're gonna be live at like 6 p.m. Central, and you're like, well, what is that in my time zone? Zach, when will you be streaming that for me? That's what we're trying to figure out for now. Little taste of my life.
When you fell, it would have been a great clue.
Wait, hold up. What did Sonya just say? If only I heard the time that he fell.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
Who did hear the time that he fell, though? We know somebody who did hear the sound of when he fell, and that is Big Titty Akane. So that's where we have to bring up Akane's account, because she's the one that told us. She's like, I heard a weird sound at like 5 a.m.
If the time in the building was all messed up,
So would that mean that it's 2 hours off or 2.5 hours? I don't know.
Nekomaru's radio clock. The time of death. It's clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
In our reality.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
Yes, there is.
If only I heard the sound when you fell.
I agree with that. These guys would have been so fucked. They are so lucky that all of these, like, really convenient things happened, or else this killer would have gotten away with this shit. Like, so much had to go right. Like, Nagito had to do the final dead room. The door had to have busted off the handle. They would have had to approach the room from the Strawberry House side. Somebody would have had to hear the rumbling noise of Nekomaru falling. There's so many parts in this case that the killer could have easily gotten away with it if very convenient things were not picked up upon with all of the different students.
Rumbling? I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Oh, I just thought it was an earthquake.
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we hear the impact sound.
Yes, sir. That's the sound. Isn't it crazy if you go back in the VOD and you watch when, like, Hajime heard a rumbling sound and he woke up? We didn't know at the time, but that was actually Nekomaru dying in that moment.
It
Pretty
was
fucked
when
up.
We were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Hey, it's up, Acid Arch.
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Wait a second. Hold up. Let's take a step back. Sonia says, how come everybody heard that sound except me? Kind of sounds familiar, right? Where did we hear this story before? Where did we hear this exact story before? From Nagito. Remember when Fuyuhiko and Gundam and Kazuichi were all talking together and they were like, we heard this crazy sound, we heard this crazy sound. And Nagito's like, I didn't hear any sound. Why did Nagito and Sonia not hear Gundam, not Gundam, Nekomaru dying? Why?
Huh?
Why?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
Shut up, Kazuichi. I can't remember anybody's names.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pains.
Oh yeah, I was like, why did she say that? But I forgot that Monokuma was like, yeah, you guys can't eat till someone's dead.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
So, if she heard that at 5:30 in the morning,
Huh? You can tell?
yeah, how do you know what time it is, crazy?
I instantly woke up and left my room.
Oh, never mind. Well, never mind.
I saw the clock in the lounge.
I thought she was gonna say some bullshit like, it's in my gut. My gut told me the time. But she actually left her room and looked at the clock, which is proof.
Excellent work, Akane.
If that rumbling sound we heard was at 5:30 a.m., then the answer to how much the time was off, if Nekomaru's clock was set to 7:30 a.m. and Akane apparently saw it at 5:30 a.m., that means the clocks were manipulated by, ding ding ding, 2 hours.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30,
Yes, sir.
that means our time was off by 2 hours.
Damn.
2 hours? That much?
So they thought it was 2 hours earlier than it actually was. Imagine that. Imagine like waking up. What if everybody in your family pulled a prank on you? What if you went to sleep tonight and then tomorrow you woke up and you stretched and you're like, oh man, it's 11 a.m. Guess I'll get up. I slept in enough. And you go out and then everybody's like, haha, tricked you. It's actually 1 p.m., dumbass. And you're like, wait, what? What? Fuck. That'd be a nightmare in my world.
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
That would be a damn good prank. Yeah, especially if you didn't tell them till it was like really late. Like, what if they woke up at 11 a.m., but it was actually 1 p.m., and they went their whole day with 2 hours difference, and then they were like, bro, why is it getting dark out at like 5 p.m.? You'd be like, it's actually 7. You didn't know what time it was. And then they're like, look, I planned my whole day. I have to wake up at work tomorrow. I get 2 hours less of sleep than I thought. Tricked you. That would never happen in this day and age though, because everybody has cell phones, you know what I mean? Connected to the internet. If this shit would have been pre-cell phone, you could have done that to anybody. Fortunately. With the power of the internet, that'd be a damn hard sell. You'd have to be really thorough with that prank.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
Actually, if you wanted to take it a step further, if you want to be an awful parent, oh god, imagine this. Because a lot of people's like brains don't fucking develop till they're like 6 or 7. What if like you grew up and when you were age 5, your family actually told you that you were age 7? And then you grew up thinking, oh, I'm 7. And then when you're actually like 10, you're still 8. And when you're like 18, you're still 16. I just fuck with you. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. It'd be a nightmare world. It's like I'm gonna get my license, psych, you're only 14.
The reason is obvious, so they can lure out just Nekomaru. If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right?
Why did the killer specifically target Nekomaru, though?
From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
If they were trying to lure only Nekomaru, then that specific thing is... I mean, only Nekomaru would have known what time it actually was. Oh, I see what they're saying. At first I was confused. This makes sense. Why, instead of... I was thinking about this the wrong way. I was like, oh, why did they target just Nekomaru? No, it's the opposite. Why was Nekomaru the only one that would have fallen for this trick? Because he had an internal alarm clock. His clock was the only one that could not be manipulated. So how do you plan to get exactly one person in the tower at the exact time you want? The specific thing that the killer used was Monokuma Tai Chi. The killer knew, hey, Nekomaru, he's got to make it there for Monokuma Tai Chi. While I can make everybody else sleep in, he's going to be unaffected, which means if I can manipulate to where he's the only person that shows up to Monokuma Tai Chi on time, I can get him there alone. This is a 500 IQ case. This is insane. With using the fun house and the times and manipulating the direction, everything's nuts about this.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us? We wouldn't be able to attend on time. That wouldn't affect Nekomaru. This radio clock had the exact time.
Yeah.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
Oh, shit! Remember? Oh, dude. Okay, we're about to get to the climax. We're getting to the climax. So, remember in Fuyuhiko's story, he was like, yeah, I woke up early in the morning for some reason, and Nekomaru was going for a walk. Fuyuhiko said that he thought that Nekomaru was just going for a walk, but what Fuyuhiko didn't realize was that Nekomaru was actually going to Monokuma Tai Chi, because it was 2 hours later than he thought it was. He didn't wake up in the middle of the night. He was trying to report to Monokuma Tai Chi on time,
Witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m.
which would actually have made that 7 a.m.
And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi
Nani?
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
You tell him, Monomi-san. How outrageous. I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Taichi. At first, we were like, why did he say that? That doesn't make any sense. But now that we know the truth, and that nobody showed up because they all woke up 2 hours later than what they thought it was? He said, but it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped. The reason why he wasn't mad is because the killer used that to participate in the killing. That's something that Monokuma would never frown upon.
We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth,
It was
way past
2 hours late. They thought that they were on time, but they were really 2 hours late.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
What? What does that even mean?
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
I never heard of that saying. Wrong!
Liar, I'm right.
I can't tell who's telling the truth.
That's not it. It's incorrect. That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
let's just ignore the peanut gallery.
Look, I don't know why, but I think it's just because Nagito's probably like the most obnoxious, annoying, exhausting character. So whenever he gets annoyed, it makes me laugh my ass off. He's like, can we just fucking move on? Anytime that Nagito gets annoyed, it always makes me laugh because like he's so fucking obnoxious.
The number of suspects has drastically decreased.
That is true. Wait. Why does he say that? Not even Hajime knows. Why did Nagito just say, oh, now the number of suspects has drastically been reduced? What the hell happened that made potential killer suspects be drastically reduced? What?
Hey, why would that decrease
Yeah.
the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar.
So what? We know what time he was killed at. We know that the clocks were manipulated. What the fuck does that matter?
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Is he pulling a Joseph Joestar? Fuyuhiko hasn't even talked. He's like, oh, you'll believe me after what Fuyuhiko says right now. What? How much does Nagito know? Are you shitting me? He's like, oh, you don't believe me? Well, listen to what Fuyuhiko's about to say. How do you know what he's about to say, bro?
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
Even he's like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Oh.
Alarm?
Oh. Remember, 30 minutes after Nekomaru went to Strawberry Tower, the alarm went off, and Fuyuhiko started trying to fuck with the alarm, and it woke everybody up. And they're like, what are you doing? You fucking with the clock? He's like, no, I'm just trying to shut it off, I swear.
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is.
The alarm clock went off just before the rumbling sound, aka just before Nekomaru was killed.
If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
That's true.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
Remember now.
Who doesn't have an alibi for that time?
The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. There was one guy who
It woke up everybody.
we were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Everything happened just perfectly. And it's kind of strange that only one person didn't leave their room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
There's only one person that does not have an alibi for the exact moment that Nekomaru died.
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
Who doesn't have an alibi, Chet? Everybody else was out there but one person. Gundam was out there. Kazuichi was out there. Fuyuhiko was out there. Who did not come out of their room? Y'all ready? You're the only one, Nagito Komaeda.
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
The only one with no alibi. Oh, buckle up. We're in the hot seat now.
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It's just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy.
Why is that?
You weren't in your room, were you?
Dang, bro.
That's the case. Where were you?
Please, say something.
He didn't go into the final dead room till after the body discovery announcement, Harper. This was before Nekomaru's body was even found. It wasn't until that the body was discovered and the elevator and everything was already broke that he had investigated in the final dead room. What do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Komaeda?
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you.
Holy shit, dude.
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't. You couldn't? What do you mean?
Yeah, what does he mean? Even if he wanted to go to the lounge, he couldn't?
It's merely the foolish talk of belief.
What is he saying?
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
That's true. Why did he not hear the rumbling sound? He couldn't?
You're definitely fucking lying.
Oh, shit.
However, that is also true for me.
But wait a second. Sonia couldn't hear the rumbling sound either. Why?
It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
What's wrong, Chiaki? Why are you sad? Tell us.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Chiaki didn't hear the sound either? What the fuck's going on? How come some people heard Nekomaru die and the other people couldn't hear shit? What is the pattern here?
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it. But it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all. Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know.
Nagito's like, you guys still don't know.
Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Oh, Chat is smart. Yep, Chat is smart. You guys are on this case. You guys are 500 IQ. What do Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki all have in common? They all stayed in the soundproof rooms. The secret. What do those three have in common? Yes, it does, Hajime. Oh god, we have to do the... Oh god, we can do Hangman's Gambit for this? They were called the deluxe rooms, right? Yeah. Yeah, deluxe rooms. Okay. We know this already, dude. Damn it, I fucked that all up. Give me a letter E, bro. Where's my letter E? There we go. E. Fuck. This is hard. Alright. Ah! Well, fuck, no. Yes. Oh, shit. I fucked that up, too. Alright, we're good. M. S. Spoon! They stayed in the deluxe rooms.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki,
Now, why is this important, chat? Okay, so big whoop. We found out the big secret why Nagito, Sonya, and Chiaki couldn't hear the frickin' sound effect. Who gives a shit? How does this help us with anything? Hey, what's up, dude? This is Trial 4. I'm Nagito Komaeda. Welcome to Trial 4. Alright, hold on. You're just a bot and you're confused. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. This is not Leon. But quiet. Don't even make jokes like that. It's not funny. Be normal. Anyways. So, going back. Big whoop. Big freaking whoop. We found out that Nagito, Sonya, and Chiaki couldn't hear the thing. Why does that matter? But, let's backpedal a bit. Why is that strange? There's 3 of them that didn't hear the noise. But what is weird? There were 4 people that stayed in deluxe rooms. So if there was 4 people in soundproof rooms, why is it that only 3 of them did not hear the sound? How is it that the 4th person was able to hear the sound, despite also sleeping in a soundproof room?
If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
Hajime, tell us who's in the deluxe rooms. The guest room is divided up by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has an excellent air insulation. Standard room, it's so-so. Pretty decent. Crummy room sucks! Got that soundproof insulation, girl.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
Shut up, Nagito. Shut up, me. Leave Hajime alone. Hajime's smart. He's like, nice. Are you using some of that reserve corps talent? Shut the fuck up. He's the villain.
Now
Hajime just, I feel so bad for poor Hajime. He didn't even reply. He just like looked and he was sad and said nothing. Uh-oh. That's it now, chat. Are you serious? So we should know. Now we should know who Nekomaru's killer is. Are you serious? But why? Okay, just because somebody may have heard Nekomaru die, why does that mean that they have to be the killer? And who is it? Who was the 4th person inside the special room?
Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Why does that lead to who the killer is?
why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue.
Nagito's so fucking smart. Why is he so smart? Why is somebody this psychotic smart? Fuck.
Decisive factor?
Uh-oh. Somebody's freaking out. Hajime says, somehow I feel like I understand what Nagito means. If I think about it, the features of their guest room, that person's actions are clearly strange because that person might be the killer. Now remember, chat, 4 guest rooms, and who didn't hear it? Nagito, which was a boy. Chiaki, which was a girl. Sonya, which was a girl. Now remember, 2 guys stayed in the deluxe rooms and 2 girls, which means that it is not a female. So we have to go back to Strawberry House now. Who was staying in a deluxe room in Strawberry House? There's only one person it could be. There's only one person it could be. Who was staying in the deluxe house with Nagito? You're the only one, Gundam.
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge. You rushed over there too, right?
Dude, I'm getting goosebumps on my arms, bro.
What's wrong with that?
What is wrong with that?
If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Ooh, Hajime. Gundam, how did you hear the alarm if your room was soundproof?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor.
And he couldn't hear it.
He couldn't even hear it.
So how were you able to hear it?
So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Oh, shit. Uh-oh.
Now that you mention it,
Gundam?
Uh-oh.
There's only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Come on, Gundam. It couldn't have been you, bro. Tell us what you gotta. How did you? There was something you were doing. Come on. Say it ain't so.
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Uh-oh. What's that mean?
Me?
How does Fuyuhiko tie into this? What?
You
Ah.
saw Nekomaru heading to the tower. You stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct?
Ah. So, Fuyuhiko staying in the lounge fucked everything up for Gundam hypothetically. We don't even know if Gundam's the actual killer, but according to Nagito's theory. Nagito's theory is this, unless there's something that we haven't uncovered yet. He's saying that Nekomaru was lured down there, Gundam killed him, and Gundam attempted to go back into his room. But he realized that Fuyuhiko was sitting out in the lobby, which would have made it impossible to return to his room without feeling suspicious. But is that true?
Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right?
So did he take advantage of the alarm ringing to like join in with everybody? As if he just came out of his room like everybody else?
In the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Nekomaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
Dang.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
What do you have to say about this, Gundam?
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
That's true.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room. Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone and checked the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi.
So, chat. If Fuyuhiko wouldn't have been sitting in the lobby because he couldn't fall asleep, a lot would be very different right now. Again, a lot of very convenient things.
Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
I was in the lounge.
Fuyuhiko had no idea that he was like saving the day by sitting out there, bro.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
This ruckus, it's louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice. Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
What? Akane, you shouldn't be siding with the, what are you, Nagito?
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out.
That would have been a risky move. Yeah.
That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
So, I don't know, man. Chat, what do you think? You think it was Gundam? You think we're being tricked?
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Say something, dude.
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
Okay.
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears.
I possess 10 ears.
That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
So he's saying that even if he didn't hear it, that the 4 dark devas of destruction, that the hamsters still could have heard it and woke him up. That's what he's saying right now.
Is that your argument?
You bastard. Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Oh, they're not buying that shit at all.
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
That's true. I mean, who's to say that that's not true? He said, "Hey, I just went to go to the bathroom. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, then the alarm went off." He was just trying to take a piss.
That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
It is a little too perfect, like my girl Chucky says.
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You don't want to be in Nagito's crosshairs when he goes savage mode.
Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway.
Uh-oh.
So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting?
Damn!
It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Holy shit, Nagito's like, fuck it, let's just vote. It's obvious, kill him.
Hold on a sec.
Yeah, Hajime's like, whoa, hold up.
I know, Hajime.
Dude, savage Nagito's crazy. Hajime's like, well, wait, guys. Old Nagito would have been like, yes, Hajime, anything for you. And I was like, you know, Hajime.
This class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Oh, no. This killing, this trial is just the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
This is bad. Even Monokuma's like, wait, what do you mean? What? When Monokuma doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about, things are bad. Monokuma's like, what do you mean that this class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful, so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Whoa.
Seriously, let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Why is Nagito so eager to have this end?
Nagito, something definitely happened to you.
Something definitely happened to you, didn't it?
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder.
At some point during the investigation, Nagito's personality completely changed. When was that? It was when he got the Final Dead Room gift. It was when he got that book.
What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Did you discover something, Nagito?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Whoa, dude, he's like, we'll just leave that for later. Huh.
You said opening act again.
Uh-oh, Monokuma. Are you getting usurped as the fucking main antagonist? Seems that way.
Please hold on. We have yet to hear Gunna's rebuttal.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Oh, jeez. Say something, Gundam. You gonna let him smoke you like this?
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor.
Okay.
From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct?
Okay.
Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
Let's see. The contact elevator was broken.
He's saying, so if the elevator was broken, the door was locked, how the hell was I able to travel to and from Strawberry House and Grape House?
As I recall,
Which normally we'd be like, yeah, that's impossible. There's no way. But, Chet, we know somebody else who did that exact same thing.
plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House.
But is Gundam aware that Nagito is able to do that?
For these reasons, it's an indisputable...
Nagito, despite being like a piece of shit, is like undeniably the hero of this trial. Without the things that he did, think about what he did. He did the final dead room. He told Fuyuhiko to investigate the clocks. He told Kazuichi to investigate how the elevator, or how the compass spun when they were on the elevator. He did, like I said, he did the final dead room. He was able to transfer every single major clue in this case had bread trails leading back to Nagito.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
Correct.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Trick, dude.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that cannot be overcome.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
Is it the only means, though, bro? Is it really the only means of travel? Well, I don't know. Then how did Nagito go back and forth?
Broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
What if there was a secret passageway?
How much longer
Damn it, I needed that, Akane.
this already?
There is a secret passageway, and we know the person that knows what it is. This song's bumping, dude. Justice shall be served.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to...
Since I was at Strawberry House at that
Come on,
there's
Nakane.
no question that the following crime is impossible.
Impossible?
Would have been different if they had an accomplice.
No accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
There we go, boy. Let's get it. Y'all ready?
Why don't we stop?
Wait, that's wrong. Let's fucking go, dude. Justice for Mechamaru. If my power isn't enough, I need to borrow everyone's power so I can shoot through Gundam's contradiction.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two.
The only means?
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Let's get it, dude.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Fire Emblem 2 houses? So did Wachigario. See, you know those memes, chat? It's like the 3 different brains. It's like the small brain, the big brain, and then like the galaxy brain. Yeah, the small brain is like... the small brain would be like whatever they say. Small brain is Phoenix Wright, where he's like, objection. Big brain is, wait, that's wrong. But galaxy brain is, so did Wachigario.
Such a method does not exist.
What do you mean such a method does not exist?
Why don't we ask the person?
Why don't we ask the person that actually did use that method? Mr. Kalmaida. Where are you? Hyoko, now I miss you. I missed how you used to take showers with Mahiru. Uh-oh, look at him. Look at that cocky son of a bitch.
You're the only one. Nagito, you should know.
You should know, dude. Helium Hajime, Helium Jime.
What are you talking about?
Don't you try to back out of this one. You know exactly what the fuck we're talking about. You're the one that teleported. He's like, I don't know. Maybe I teleported. Maybe I didn't.
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Dang, dude. Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up.
Dude, shut the fuck up about this reserve course shit. I'm about to jump over here and whoop your ass.
But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down. Surprise, surprise! I ended up in
The Monokuma Archive.
on the third floor of Grape
So that's what we were speculating from the beginning, that in the Octagon you could go through the trap door and you would be able to drop down into Grape House.
The third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Yes, ma'am.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
Ah, so you can go from the final dead room. You can go from the final dead room to Grape House as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Oh no, dude, he's still fighting us. Gundam still says I'm innocent, dumbass. Okay.
The existence of the final dead room.
Yeah, wait. Let's listen to him. What if the killer didn't even know? How do we know that the killer had to have done the final dead room? Do we have any proof at all? Do we have any proof at all that the killer would have used the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
Oh boy.
There's no way I can stop.
There's no way I can stop.
You say?
Hajime versus Gundam, epic rap battles. Let's go.
Angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
The Incredible Hulk reference? Are you shitting me? What? Okay, let's go. Shh. Oh.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
Oh my gosh, these are hard to cut.
It's just work. However, how frail, I say.
Oh gosh, these ones are hard to get, bro.
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
His argument is exhausting. Just listening to it makes me tired. I need to skillfully cut back against his words so he does not pace me. It's hard, dude. They're all over the fucking screen.
You could travel through multiple planes.
Shut up,
Provided
little
you use
bitch.
a spacious world. However, how frail, I say.
Come on, dude. I can't get the ones in the fucking middle. Come on, Hajime. You gotta go on a full assault here.
To the progeny of vile deities?
There we go. What up? Let's get him. Let's get him. Let's get him.
I already proved the secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur. If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, at least pray to the key which...
Fuck. I think I fucked up. Try providing the evidence that he went to, which we know. Why? How do we know that the killer went to the Octagon? It's easy as shit. If they didn't go to the Octagon, how the fuck did they get the hammer and the wire and all the weapons used to kill Mechamaru? Because they didn't exist anywhere else but the final dead room. So the fact that the wire and everything was used to kill Mechamaru means that they had to have obtained it from somewhere. And where's that somewhere? The final dead room. That's how we know they had to go in there.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur. If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom...
Allow me to cut through those words.
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon. And the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
Easy final dead
The
room.
place I can think of is the Octagon.
Yes, sir.
There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
So isn't that crazy to think, chat? That means Gundam had to have done the final dead room as well. Which means not only Nagito did it, but Gundam also had to play Russian roulette. Now, I highly, highly doubt he did it the Nagito way with the 6 fucking bullets in the 1 empty spot. But still, that means that there was a possibility that Gundam would have just blown his brain out right there.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
The 3 Dark Devas of Despair art guy. Do you want me to ban you from my stream? Chat, somebody in the chat said the 3 Dark Devas of Despair. That made me sick to my stomach. They are the 4 Dark Devas of Destruction. Not only did you forget a Deva, but you also did not put the destruction right. For shame. For shame on you. That's not hope. That is true despair. You forgot a whole ass hamster. There was a whole ass hamster you just forgot about.
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
Wait, what? Oh god, this is the best part. This is the best part. This is the best part. Hold on, I gotta get my chat back up for this bullshit. He's like, Nagito's like, all right, normally this would be the part where you do the closing argument. We do all that and stuff, you know, Hajime would give us a whole explanation.
But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
He's like, but we don't have time for that stupid shit.
Hey, what are you...
First of all,
So Nagito dead ass. He's like, normally this would be the really boring, tiring part where Nagito does the explanation. Hajime does the explanation, but we're just gonna do it.
Maru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed
So Nagito's doing the closing argument.
Strawberry Tower.
He's like, here, I'll do it. I've known this from the beginning. Shut up.
Well, it's obvious he detected.
It's even playing the song. It's even playing the song. I love this.
We know the 2 towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise!
I can't even control this.
Was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Fuyuhiko brings up a decent point, though. Listen. Fuyuhiko brings up a decent point. If Nekomaru wouldn't have gone to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed,
I know, Hajime's like, that was my thing.
They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened and come up with a different plan.
So it was all just a gamble from the start. The killer, aka, we don't...
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to.
So at the end of the day, they just took a big fucking risk.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
He's like, shut up, Chiaki, let me finish.
Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru. So by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
He rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What the fuck's going on, chat? This is it. You guys ready? This is the big one.
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me!
Whoa, what the fuck?
Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Whoa, what?
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
Why are you angry, Gundam?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all!
What?
You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
What's the plot twist? What do we not understand, Gundam?
I don't understand anything.
That was actually funny as shit. Akane's like, I don't understand anything, so I don't know, whatever. Nothing makes sense to me. I'm just a fucking idiot. That was hilarious.
Years. I cannot finish just yet.
I cannot finish just yet. What?
Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet.
It's kind of like Big Boss, where he's like, we all may be headed straight to hell, but what better place for us than this? Our heaven and our hell. Outer heaven. I'm just a human destined for hell. I cannot finish this just yet.
I cannot finish!
That's what somebody with erectile dysfunction says! I'm kidding.
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious. I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions.
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button.
So Gundam's like, alright, looks like this isn't over yet. You're accusing me of murder, and you said that I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button.
However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
That's true. Remember, we said that from the beginning. Even if somebody wanted to turn him off, how the fuck are you gonna get by? He's a big fucking robot man. He's the strongest guy in the whole fucking game. Arguably. But, like, how are you gonna sneak up behind him and press a button without him noticing? Are you shitting me?
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
Even Akane's backing him up. Akane's backing him up. She's like, it's not easy to fool Nekomaru. Akane fought Nekomaru for like a living, bro. They fist fought. He was on top of his shit. He was the ultimate team manager. You think that he would fall for something that easily?
It's even more difficult.
It's a one-on-one.
One situation.
Just as I thought, truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam.
Ooh! Look at, oh man, Hajime, let's go. He just looks like, that's wrong, Gundam.
You're the one who's wrong.
Oh, you're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, You must provide a reason that will persuade that human.
Damn. This man going off.
Have not fulfilled either of those yet.
I guess you really don't want to admit it. And just as you requested, I will provide an argument that will leave you no choice. So, despite Nagito doing the closing... Oh no, we have to do this, I mean. We have to do the panic talk action.
I won't let you.
Oh, fuck off. I suck at asshole at this.
For the Tanaka Empire. Trust as David prophesies. I won't let you. For the Tanaka Empire.
Oh god, it's going fast.
Trust as David prophesies.
Alright, we need to go sicko mode. How do we go sicko mode? There we go.
Show me the cadaver. I won't let you.
Oh, this song goes so hard, chat. Can we get some sour, please, for this?
Trust as David prophesies. I won't let you. For the Tanaka Empire. Wither. Trust as David prophesies. For the Tanaka Empire. For the Tanaka Empire. I won't let you. For the Tanaka Empire. Wither.
Oh, fuck.
Komaru's back. Do you really
The
think
4 Dark Devas. Or according to Art Guy, the 3 Dark Devas of Despair. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Well, not really. You did say that, but...
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru,
I gotta take this Nagito cloak off. The 2 Dark Devas of Doom? The 1 Dark Deva of Duke? Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. So wait a second, does that mean the hamster's an accomplice? I say let's execute the hamster.
as long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
I never thought that would be a sentence I heard. As long as you have the powers of the hamsters to keep with you. Yes, Noko Nation! No, that's wrong! So I want you to go, you.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru?
Yeah, hold up, guy. Isn't that a little much? Isn't that a little much to assume that he would have a hamster press the button? He can't do that. That's stupid. That's too unrealistic. Except it's not. If you guys remember, if you guys have been watching the playthrough, all 2 of you, the guys skip parts, you part skippers, remember, how did Gundam open the elevator door when they were going to Strawberry Tower? Remember, Sonya was like, Gundam, Gundam, that's so cute. He literally had his hamster crawl down his arm and press the elevator button, which means that he did that before. He did that before. To keep breathing, but I'm always breathing, bro.
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams.
Gundam is the ultimate breeder.
In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Correct. Emissary of evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come for you to lend me your aid. Pierce through supernova silver fox, Samdi. Choo-choo. Look at that. If you love Hajime's voice epic, man, and you got Netflix, you need to watch my favorite anime of all time, Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion. Same voice actor voices the main character in English, and he's my favorite anime character ever. And you would love him, because his voice is so good. Sadly, it's funny that you say that, because the English voice actor for Jonathan is also... The voice actor for Hajime, Jonathan, and Lelouch is Johnny Young Bosch, who is one of my favorite voice actors of all time. I got to meet him at many conventions. He actually signed a poster that I had. Fun fact, he was also the Green Power Ranger in Mighty Morphin. He was the Green and Black Ranger at different seasons of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Awesome guy. He voices a bunch of characters in anime. He voices Ichigo in Bleach, Hajime, Lelouch, from Code Geass, Nero from Devil May Cry. Truly, this is the skyline lamentation of the dark demon mouse. Soon the door of destiny shall open. I cannot read today. I am not the ultimate reader.
After Ibuki was killed in the music venue,
We're going back. This trial's going back to Ibuki hours. Let's go. I'm always about Ibuki hours.
one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
I love how the fan base has. This is going to be kind of degenerate. I like how the entire fan base has all. And don't ever say that people on the internet can't come together for a good cause. I don't ever want to hear that shit again, because I love how, despite never being in this game officially, that the entire Universal Danganronpa fan base has all decided that whenever they draw a lewd artwork of Ibuki, she always has pierced nipples. So that's just confirmed now. The game never says that, but every single artwork picture of Ibuki depicts her with pierced nipples, and I am 100% in that bandwagon of agreeing with that. So thank you, fellow Danganronpa fans. I'm glad we could make that official. That's like chat's reaction to what I just said. That's like how they reacted to what I just said.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mekamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it? Gundam.
Yeah, what do you gotta say about that, Grundum? I thought he said Keck. I was about to shut this game off for good. The fact that everyone can come together to make sure that Ibuki has pierced nipples, that is truly hope.
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it?
Oh shit, dude! Gundam says, I have no recourse but to admit it.
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell.
Gundam admitted it. He said, I cannot deny it any longer. Gundam? Really? Gundam was the one that killed Nekomaru. Why? Why, Gundam? Why? Keep watching.
Then you must trample me underfoot and in fact.
Oh, fuck off. We gotta do more.
Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere.
Isn't that a little hypocritical? Isn't this... He just said victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. About 30 minutes ago, wasn't he the same guy that says, not even a demon of hell would ever risk somebody else's life for their own means? A little hypocritical.
Now trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road.
Well, hold up, Harper. Let's hear him out. Because at the end of every case, after we convict the killer, we ask them, why did you do it? And I am dying to know why somebody as like weird, and I would have never suspected somebody like Gundam would kill. Why?
Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
We still have to do the closing argument. I'm pissed. Nagito did this, and we still gotta do it. You bitch. Nagito already did this. Alright, quiet. I suck at asshole at these all the time. I'm always so bad, but this is it. This is the end. Who set the lounge clock, alarm clock? Sock. I don't fucking know. Dang, keep breathing, bot. Enjoy your splat, dude. All of them get directed towards Epic Man's mom. Alright, who was in the lounge since early morning? My boy Fuyuhi comes. Think about this, though, chat. If Nagito wouldn't have gone to the final dead room, and if Fuyuhiko would have been staying up late at night sitting in the lounge, Gundam would have gotten away with it. He would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids. What time did Fuyuhiko see Nekomaru? We don't freaking know. Dude, look! What the fuck, dude? Why does it look like Nekomaru is doing some like fucking Nazi salute? Get out of here with that. Look at his face. And he shot the 4 hamsters out like bullets. Is this really what happened? The wire wrapped around Nekomaru's feet? Oh, I don't think that's right. What the fuck? I don't know any of this shit. What did the killer destroy after leaving the tower? The elevator. I don't see any of this stuff. What was the fake weapon? We know this one. The Super Mario hammer. That shit had nothing to do with shit. That had nothing to do with anything. Who was gathered at the lounge? Bada boom, bada bing. Alright, there we go. There's still more. Why did Nekomaru fall? Because the knob went off the blob. There's still more? Who heard the rumbling sound? It is? I was wrong, dude. I'm sorry, dude. Don't need to punish me. Justice Hammer number 5. The killer destroyed what after leaving the tower? It's got to be earlier on then. Oh, well, duh. What time did Fuyuhiko see Nekomaru? I'm an idiot. That was easy. Alright. That picture of the final dead room door. I want that painted on my door, chat. I need to have a professional painter come in and I want them to paint that clown face on my door and then my hand will be right there. That'd be sick, bro. Who set the alarm clocks? This. Hell yeah, dude. Nekomaru's weakness is the button on the back of his head. The wire wrapped around Nekomaru's feet was put on the doorknob. The killer destroyed what? The elevator. Or the door, I mean. The door. That wasn't the elevator. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, who heard the rumbling noise? Hajime. And here's how it all went down a little bit. I want it on the outside of my door, Spud. You think I want it on the inside of my door? On the outside? Silly goober.
First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House.
Take it away, Hajime, even though we had Nagito do this already.
Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final deck.
Look at that JoJo pose. Holy shit, dude. What, a Nerencia?
Than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m.
Damn, dude.
That's also the same time Monokuma typed
Gundam, dude. Gundam Tanaka killed Nekomaru. First off, that's pretty hard to believe. Because Nekomaru's strong as shit.
However,
But two, really? Gundam had it in him to kill somebody? That, man, pretty shocking to me, actually.
so he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good
With the power of hamsters, they pressed the goodnight button on his neck.
This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon.
I guess, but that Monokuma's not gonna buy that shit.
First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up.
There's still shit we don't know.
Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall.
Alright.
They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower. And trying to keep us from discovering the secret of the building structure that they used to kill Nekomaru.
This was probably the most complicated case in this whole series, actually. Now that I think about it. Out of all the trials, this one is probably like the most, like, it makes your head hurt thinking about everything that had to happen.
After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower.
It's like, how the fuck do you write something like this? How do you write a plan like this?
When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower
The next case is a million times better. It's just less convoluted. But I think it's better written. I'm not spoiling shit yet. It's way better, way better. Most people consider it the best moment of the whole series. I disagree because I think that case 6 is. But just to let you know, there's a good amount of people that consider case 5 to be the pinnacle of like all the games. So, yeah, I can see why, but I like 6 a lot more.
And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered
Nagito said this is just the opening act. For what?
And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon.
There's still something that we don't know. And it has to do with something else that we learned.
From Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage.
Yeah, it's the motive.
So they could craft their alibi.
We still don't really know the motive. Kind of.
But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst case,
I feel like we've been in the funhouse though for a long ass time. A lot of crazy shit happened. That's why though, when a lot of people say, "Oh, I love Case 4, I love Case 4," it's mostly like the final Dead Room stuff. I think that what happened in the final Dead Room and the funhouse and stuff was better than the trial, which is normally not the case. Usually the trial is the best part, but I actually think that the final Dead Room sequence was better than this trial.
When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same
When most
time
people
that
talk about how good Case 4 is, it's usually everything except the trial itself.
He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob, but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor.
At the beginning of this, I was so sure that it was going to be Kazuichi because of like the whole elevator thing broken, because there was like so much to do with like mechanical parts. But I should have known that this game's not like as obvious as that.
Pillar, which decapitated him on impact and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko.
Yeah, there was a lot of like sloppy mishaps that made this case
The killer is someone
incomplete.
who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
It was you all along! Damn, look at him! Hajime versus Gundam! Complete. Pepsi Man!
That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Yeah, I love Case 4 because I love the fun houses. It was such a good location change. I loved the motive of them just having to starve. I loved the final Dead Room. I loved that moment between Chiaki, Nagito, and Hajime. I loved finding out that Hajime didn't have an ultimate and that he was just a normal fucking nobody. So, when I think of like why I love Case 4, it was all the stuff that happened other than the trial. With the exception of I I was surprised by the motive, which is coming up right now. That was probably my favorite part. When I found out it was Gundam, I was a little bit underwhelmed. I'm like, oh, the killer's Gundam? I'm like, okay. But, you'll see.
Stop using weird words to avoid the truth.
Akane's getting sad, guys.
Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
Damn. That was Akane's man's, dude. That was her boyfriend. You fucked and killed him.
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe.
And Sonya had a crush on Gundam too, dude. It's kind of sad for them. For her.
You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
Dang, you making Sonya cry, Gundam? Why'd you do it?
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret?
You don't wish to forgive me. Do you feel regret?
Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka!
So he just says, finish it. Cast your votes for Gundam.
My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Why is he so eager to have them vote? Hey! Give me that mono coin, son.
This result isn't all that exciting.
That's kind of like Chet. The game knows, dude. The writing in this game is so good, it can feel the sentiment of the player. Monokuma's like, oh, this isn't really that exciting. It's like, that was kind of underwhelming.
Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote.
God, this game is always like a step ahead.
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
All right, let's vote. We got time to dick off.
Please pull the lever. Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part.
He bit his tongue, dude. What a dumbass. And the verdict is, they have voted that the killer is... And we were right! Gundam is, in fact, guilty. All rise. It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so let's speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes. Splendid achievement. That's right. The one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice.
Yay, I said that all without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Nagito's just like, all right, now just get it over with, kill him, and fucking let's leave. How'd you... Oh, hold on. It's true that the Clash Trial's finished, but that doesn't mean the incident's over. We can't finish until we hear from Gundam. Yeah, Nagito, shut up. Let him speak, man. He's already sentenced to death. He's gonna die no matter what, so let's hear him talk at least. Jeez. Nagito's like, no matter what he says, it won't change a thing. I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like. Why do you want to talk to the one who is lost? Hold up. Here we go. The loser merely leaves. It would be unnecessary for me to say anything. To say something.
Listen well.
Is what I would like to say. But for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. So, he's like, you guys are right. I am the killer. But let me correct one thing that you guys were wrong about. Correct. You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
If he was just trying to cling to life, there's many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
Explain yourself, Gundam. Fine then. I shall reveal it all. Reveal for us, Gundam. What actually happened in the funhouse that night? Tell us. What actually happened from the killer himself?
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse. And I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. So it wasn't a sneak attack. They both actually fought, like looking at each other. It was not a sneak attack. We had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. Interesting. So Gundam said, if he wanted to, he could have ran away. He had the power to run away, and he could have alerted the others, but he didn't. He could have run away or even called for help, but he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death.
Let me tell you.
He was serious too. He gave it his all to try and kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it.
Nobody would have known that the victim, me, was actually the one that planned the whole thing. So, Gundam said that Nekomaru realized if Gundam would have died, the case would have been nearly insolvable. There would have been no way for the others to realize what had happened.
Could it be?
Nekomaru really did that? Here we go.
Sensing even my subtle.
Oops, sorry, I bumped the mic, sorry.
As expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere.
It's a little deeper than that, you'll see.
Team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this.
It's like I've forgotten what it's like to face an opponent.
This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
So Nekomaru didn't get sneak attacked and died. He looked his opponent in the eyes and said, "What a comforting atmosphere. I love this."
That's a great one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
Nekomaru asked Gundam, "What are you trying to do by killing me?"
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, lords of darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might.
So this was not a one-sided murder. This was a duel between two different people. Now I ask you, chat, why would they do this? Let me tell you. They knew that if things continued the way that they were, everybody was going to starve to death. Everybody in the funhouse had already been going on pushing 3 days of no food or water. They couldn't go any farther without everybody just starving to death and dying. So these two men came forth and said, "You know what? We will both agree to this duel to the death. Because whoever dies, this is to save everybody. Because if we do nothing, everyone's going to starve to death."
I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back.
So Gundam didn't go for any sly tactics. He met Nekomaru head on and faced him on equal ground.
Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru need I. Your blood will drench the foundation of my empire.
That is...
Why did you fight? We're all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you this.
However, I must say this. It says, what's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die? Now remember what Nagito said in the Future Foundation file. Each of the cases has been related to a case in Danganronpa 1. Again, in the first one, you had a victim unknowingly being stabbed. In the second one, there was a reveal of a serial killer. In the third one, there was multiple victims. What was case 4 of Danganronpa 1? Sakura sacrificed herself so that the others would know the truth and be able to continue the killing game. Sakura killed herself in order to give the others an advantage to live. How does that relate to this case? Gundam did the exact same thing. He knew that he had to meet Nekomaru on equal grounds, and he had to bear the burden of killing Nekomaru. Hey, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Anyways, listen. He didn't kill Nekomaru in a cowardly way. He made sure to see Nekomaru eye to eye and have a duel. A fair duel. Because he knew that, unfortunately, somebody had... I'll give it him. I don't think we have a moderator here. I'll get him. He knew that somebody had to die for everybody else to live. So much like Sakura, Gundam sacrificed himself to be the killer. No, it wasn't a spoiler. It was just a bot. It was just a bot. He was just like, hello, Milky Finishers, and he just repeated it. It wasn't even a real person. Yeah, no, it wasn't a spoiler. But anyways, so Gundam sacrificed himself, and he took the burden of being the killer because he needed to make sure that everybody else lived. How do we know this? Listen to what he says. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die? That's what they were doing. Everybody in the funhouse was just sitting around. Yes, they were alive, but they were all just waiting until they starved to death.
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment. A mere feeling of resignation. Kazuichi said in the flashback, are you just telling us that we need to starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Do you mean that you'd rather die?
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by the feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. It is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life, that is just an insult to life itself. So Gundam said the way that everybody was acting, the fact that everybody was sitting there just like, I'd rather starve to death than have, our friends kill each other. Gundam said that that's an insult to life itself. To give up? To have everyone die for no purpose?
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism.
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that just to justify what you did?
But
Nagito says, but it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same way too. That's why they fought. Nekomaru agreed with Gundam. That's why instead of running away, instead of calling for help, he realized what Gundam was trying to do, and he said, you know what? I'll meet you head on in a fight.
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to the battle. So Gundam's saying that Nekomaru realized that he was probably going to die, but that's what it was going to take to save everybody else's life. As I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth. But even so, don't you think it's a better alternative than slowly starving to death here? So at the end of the day, can you really call Gundam a piece of shit? Did Gundam really betray everybody? Was he being selfish? I don't think Gundam would have ever killed somebody. But Gundam said that he would rather cause a killing and die himself than see everybody else starve to death. And he says, even if what happened is fucked up. He's like, I don't deny that killing Nekomaru was fucked up. But isn't this a better alternative than all of us starving to death here?
Oh.
That belief is why you committed your crime.
You...
What about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too? It wasn't somebody ruthlessly killing an innocent. It was two grown men agreeing, saying, all right, we're gonna fight to the death. The loser dies, and the winner has to be burdened with being the killer. And they both agreed to that. Again, Mechamaru could have left and alerted everybody, but they instead said, the winner, the killer, is gonna have to be burdened with that sin. And they both agreed to those circumstances.
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well?
After listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that it's... And Chiaki gets it. She's like, also because you unexpectedly admitted to your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me. You didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? So how is Case 4 in this game related to Case 4 in the first game? Yes. The killer, just like Sakura was the killer of herself, the killer did a self-sacrifice action for everyone else. I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
History's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It is about time that the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin. In my opinion, this is one of the saddest executions.
Yes, indeed.
I got it. I prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka. No, Sonia's so sad. Sonia really liked Gundam. I feel like in Case 4, she developed a crush on Gundam. Please wait, this is too much. Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam. Miss Sonia. Sonia's simping for Gundam? Please, I beg of you.
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam. Is it fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
I do not mind. However,
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction?
this part gets me.
Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness.
Gundam Tanaka, the self-proclaimed evil demon of the underworld, must return to the darkness.
That is why, until the very end. Pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing.
Fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing.
Let us laugh uproariously.
This man is literally about to die, and he's like, let us begin, let us laugh as I leave. Is it really because he believes that? Or is he just trying to make his hamsters feel better? Because he's gonna leave The ultimate breeder has to leave his poor fucking hamsters.
That is Gundam Tanaka. I shall stick with my evil until the very end.
He never breaks character.
Open sesame pandemonium. I shall fill hell with true hell.
I shall fill hell with true hell. So he's pretty much just like, alright, hell, get ready for Gundam Tanaka.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Here we go. I think this one gets me. I don't know if it's the most, but it gets me. Turn it up. I like this remix. Gundam Tanaka Stampede, the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka's execution. He leaves his hamsters. And he draws an ancient symbol of protection. But almost to confirm that Gundam's everything he says is paper thin, that magic barrier he believes in so hard doesn't actually work. And he's trampled. Gundam Tanaka, the evil person. But guess what, chat? I love this. The evil proclaimed demon. All the animals he ever took care of, they take him to heaven, not hell. That's fucking so sad, dude. All the animals he ever took care of bring his soul to heaven. The person who said that he was gonna meet hell. Shit, dude. That's fucked. Gundam. No. Even after Gundam's gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. That was Gundam's message to everyone. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? And what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it. I'm so pissed off, I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other, thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit, every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
Worst.
Why am I so weak? Chalky.
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. How many times are they gonna say this, bro? Like, next time for sure. Next time for sure. But Monokuma is always finding a way to fuck with him.
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he'll be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. It's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who've died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We cannot allow that. How long are you guys gonna stand around there chattering? Class trial's over. Go back to Jabberwock Island. Funhouse is done. Get out. However, the Killing Cool trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that. He's like, well, you cleared the funhouse. Go back to Jabberwock Island and keep killing each other, dumbasses. It's never over. How much longer are you going to keep doing this? How long is he going to keep doing this? How long is this going to continue? How many people still have to die, chat?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's go get some food. Akane bounces back quick. She's like, I'm a piece of shit. We're all pieces of shit. Let's get something to eat. Hell yeah. Well, hold on, that mood shift is too damn fast.
It's not like that.
It's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right? I don't know if I agree with that. She's certainly something else. Seriously, I'm starving. Hey, let's go back and get something to eat. Happy music, yay, fuck yeah. So many people are dead, woohoo. Gundam went to heaven. Let's get some food. Now we can eat as much as we want. Then let's do our best again. Yeah, our best again. Our best hasn't been working out too well, Chakums. And with this, the Clash trial came to an end, and once again, we all returned to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. But despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial. But at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. So they were all eating, all having a good time, but Hajime in the back of his mind was like, he wasn't with us. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else. So, Nagito found out something that he's keeping from everybody. Nagito says, I found out who the enemy is before everybody else. It's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell them I was lying. There's no way the... And listen, remember when Nagito showed up and said, yeah, here's this book. It only has information about Hajime for some reason, but he was lying. There's no way that the file just had Hajime's information.
Well,
I guess they were too busy with other matters, or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way that I can let this run loose. I will be the one that stops this once and for all. So, in that moment, Nagito found out who the mastermind's identity is. Nagito now knows who the mastermind's identity is, and he says, I'll be the one that stops this once and for all, even if it costs me my life.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this. That's why, chat, remember? He was like, in the fourth trial, he's like, hurry this up, I can't die here, I have something to do. What's that thing that he has to do? Nagito now has to live, and he doesn't want to be a stepping stone anymore, because he wants to be the one to kill the mastermind himself. Meanwhile,
Monokuma appears!
Monokuma's here. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming. Oh god, this is it. This is what you've all been waiting for, chat. Why, it's the lonely little Nagito. Are you all alone tonight, too?
What's the matter?
What's up? Your face looks scary. I see, so you can tell. Perhaps you found out who the traitor is. You know me well.
Wow.
Is what I'd like to say, but unfortunately I haven't learned that yet. I see. So even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is going to take a little more time. So Nagito knows who the mastermind is, but not the traitor. Interesting.
Hello.
Why'd you summon me anyway? Were you finally going to confess your love? You going to tell Monokuma how much you love him?
Hey,
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize from the final dead room. Oh yeah? What about it? Oh no! There was information about 16 people in the file that I received. But isn't that weird?
Say
Tell, what is weird about that, young Nagito?
You don't even know?
If there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person, the total number of students would be 16. I don't want to say anything, ass man. We gotta no spoilers. We gotta find out. But listen, according to them, they think it's weird because if there's really a traitor among them, shouldn't there be 15 students and one traitor? If one of them is a traitor, there should be 15 students and then one of them is a traitor. So why is it that the book has details on 16 students?
Isn't that right?
This file contains documents that were created at Hope's Peak Academy, right?
Of course.
That's right. I just reused the stuff from the former headmaster. Spent a lot of time making. If this file contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy?
Who knows?
Who knows? I wonder.
Hey,
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? And what's wrong with that? Oh shit! Monokuma is falsifying evidence to hide the traitor's identity? If it's my job to heat things up, it's okay if I do something small like that, right?
well,
That's not my point.
right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is. And what's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled up.
Well, you're splendidly correct when you say, I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who the traitor is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? Huh. So Monokuma's like, you caught me. I know who the traitor is and I've known from the beginning. But let me ask you this, Nagito. Why would I ignore that fact? It's just like Monomi after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Their existence means nothing, huh?
No, no.
That's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through this. Huh. Somebody here is putting them through this? It's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Oh shit! Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation. So at first Nagito's like, I'll work with the killer to help Monokuma. But now Nagito's like, fuck that. How about I make an alliance with Monokuma?
Huh?
Cooperation.
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please. So Nagito's like, you must be letting the traitor do whatever they want because it's going to fill everybody with more despair.
Yep.
Yeah, you got it. You nailed it, Nagito.
I...
If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
right?
In exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no. Nice try, Nagito.
Unbelievable.
I want to make everyone in the group feel despair. That includes you, too. You're not getting off the hook that easy, Mr. Kamaida. And I knew you'd say that. I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later. Just as I thought you saw right through me.
You're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself and despair exist. You're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief, it reminds me of that person for some reason. Who is Monokuma talking about?
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky.
Like,
But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this?
Wow.
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
You don't know?
Wouldn't you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I will become an existence that could even be called the ultimate hope. Ah, the two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey,
There's one more thing I want to ask you.
see?
Oh no! Who are you waiting for on this island? That took Monokuma by surprise. Uh-oh, that took Monokuma by surprise. The whole time Monokuma's playful, but Nagito says, who are you waiting for on this island? Huh? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already here?
Hey,
Answer my question.
That's...
If that's the case, if that person is already on this island, wouldn't that be exciting? Five days and 11 hours remain. Seven students remain. To be continued on the next time the Milky Finisher stream Danganronpa. Oh god, I have the hiccups. Hey, we got the Hellhound earring. That's kind of sad. Let's save that shit. Save it.